You probably have invested a lot of money in good garden tools. We're going to show you how to protect your investment. This week's Tuesday tip will show you how to winterize your garden tools. Hi, I'm Christel with MU Extension Master Gardeners. Today we're at the historic Atkins Johnson Farm in Gladstone, where Master Gardeners maintain a demonstration plot. Keeping your garden tools clean is nearly as important as keeping them sharp and ready to use. After the garden is put to bed, a good end of growing season practice is to sharpen and oil your tools and store them in a cool, dry place, ready for spring. In order to sharpen your tools, you will need a flat file, a carbide stone, a whetstone, and light oil. Let's start with a favorite spring tool, the shovel. A sharp, clean shovel is much easier to use and reduces damage to soil and plants. So our first step is to make sure you have a clean surface. This is a close-up of a shovel edge. You can see the roughness and irregularities. This is not a sharp tool. To sharpen a shovel, we use a flat file. The object of sharpening is to remove the uneven parts of the edge. Keep the file as close to the original angle of the edge as possible. And remember to always file forward in the same cutting direction. Never pull a file back. Once the shovel is sharp, apply a thin coat of light oil to keep the rust at bay and store the tool until ready for use. The garden hoe and trowel edges are sharpened the same way as the shovel edge using a flat file. We all probably have more than one set of pruning shears. Working with a sharp pair of pruning shears is much better for your plants than working with a dull tool. Anytime you see nicks or deep scratches in the blade, or it does not cut through, it's time to sharpen. Pruning shears come in two types, bypass and anvil. This type is called bypass because the one blade passes the other to make a cut. Sharpen the blade using a carbide stone, moving the blade across the stone in a smooth, even motion from the inside to outside, not from front to back, like a file. Usually as few as 5 passes are needed to put an edge on the blade. You can tell the blade is sharp when there's new, shiny metal all along the edge of the cutting side. Now turn the cutting blade over and take off the burrs from the sharpening process. This usually only requires 1 pass. Lightly coat the blade and tool with oil and store until ready to use. This is an anvil type shear. The lower jaw remains stationary while the cutting blade closes on the lower jaw to make the cut. To get the best edge on this type of tool, it's necessary to take the cutting blade out of the tool. You will be using a whetstone to sharpen this blade. Dismantling the tool is pretty simple. Pay close attention to how you dismantle the shears, keeping the parts together. Once the blade is free, oil a whetstone and sharpen like a knife. Sharpen both sides, maintaining the original angle. Clean the anvil portion of the tool. Reassemble and lightly oil all moving parts. Loppers and hedge trimmers are nearly always bypass tools, but because of their size can be sharpened with a file using that same front to back motion we used to sharpen the shovel. Sharpened tools are just that, sharp. Be sure you cut what you intend to cut, not your fingers. A few minutes spent keeping tools clean and sharp will add years of use to your tools. Be sure to check the MU Extension guide sheet listed in the links below. Thanks for joining us. If you like our Tuesday tips, Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on our next video.